Certifications. Let's talk about them. If you've been around IT/cyber professionals, you've probably heard about certifications. If you haven't, certifications are just a test to verify and prove that you might know what you're talking about. I have a few certifications and I've always heard a few questions around, well, what certs are good? What certs should I start out with? And the most important, are certs even worth it anymore? And to answer the last one first, is I believe that certifications are worth it if you do them right, right? If you're trying to get the certification just to get the certification, just to have the letters around your name, then you're probably not going to benefit from the certification as much as if you're taking the certification to gain that knowledge, right? If you're really immersing yourself in that cert to get the knowledge, and it's not just a few letters after your name, right? Then it is worth it. If you're just getting the cert to get the cert, those people are going to find out. They are going to know that you don't know what you're talking about the first time they talk to you when you have those letters after your name or in your resume or XYZ. You're going to be found out. So do them right, and I think they are worth it. Now, coming back to the other questions and answering those, what certs should I start out with, right? These entry level certifications are important, right? They are the building blocks for your cyber career, right? And I'm going to go through some of the certifications I think are good entry level certifications and then tell you what I did. And that's kind of how I'm going to go about this video. I'm going to go through the cert levels like entry, intermediate, and advanced, tell you a little bit about those certs, and then I'm going to tell you the certs that I got out of that level and if they were good or not. So let's just dive right into it. In the entry level certifications, I'm going to bring the books out because whenever I am studying for a cert, I always get the book and I read the book, right? So these are the two golden standard entry level, I guess you would say, is Network Plus and Security Plus. These are CompTIA certifications. Network Plus is more along the lines for networking professionals, right? It gives you the basis of networking, IP addressing, X, Y, and Z about that, right? So I don't technically recommend that one for starting off in your cybersecurity profession, but the Security Plus security certification, this is the old one. There's new ones coming out all the time. This is almost the gold standard start for cybersecurity professionals. I was studying for the Security Plus back when I was in the military. Luckily, when I got into the real professional corporate world, they offer to pay for a different cert, which we'll talk about next. But the Security Plus is a good foundational certification. It baselines everything that you need to know, high overview of everything that you need to know for your cybersecurity journey. It talks about threats, it talks about attacks, it talks about vulnerabilities. There's architecture and design, there's control implementations, operations, security, risk management, incident response, governance, compliance, all the things that you kind of need to know sort of things about. The Security Plus exam is going to cover that, right? It's high level, it's an entry level, gold standard entry level exam. The cost around $400, I think right now, $404 the last time I looked it up. So it's a little bit pricey, but we're going to talk about way pricier certifications down the road. So if you're paying it for yourself, I totally recommend Security Plus. If you're paying for it yourself, right? Security Plus is a great starting point certification. Now we're going to be talking about the GSEC, the GIAC Security Essentials certification. The GSEC is a top industry certification, right? The GIAC company is a top level certification company. They hold a lot of weight in the community. They are very prominent in building security professionals. They are also agnostic, like vendor agnostic, so they don't talk about, Cisco or any type, Arista or Aruba or any of those vendors. They're agnostic. They're going to teach you the high level overview for all vendors, just the topics, right? But they are expensive. The certification exam cost almost $1,000, $979. But it is Security Plus on steroids, right? It is very in-depth. I mean, you just saw how many books there were. It breaks it down per topic. Each book is a single topic, like network security, defense in depth, threat management, cryptography, Linux, Windows, and there's a bunch of labs and everything. So the topics are in depth, and it's really going to challenge you to know the material, right? The GSEC is very, very good. Like I said, I was studying for the Security Plus exam back in 2016, 2017. Then I became an intern and became full-time at my position. And I didn't take it yet because my company offered to pay for the GSEC, which is a better certification. So again, if your company's paying for the GSEC, definitely take the GSEC. If you're paying for it, take the Security Plus. You're not going to get as much detail out of it, but it's still a very good certification. The GSEC is just going to be better. It's just going to be better. It's just a better certification. The next two certifications I'm going to be talking about are Cisco branded certifications, right? They are vendor agnostic, right? They are specific to Cisco, but they are still really, really good certifications, right? The CCNA, which I just showed you, is more geared towards networking, again, like the Network Plus, but on steroids. I also have a CCNA. I learned a lot of networking in the CCNA. I took it very, very serious, and I did my labs and I did all those things to really learn networking and IP addressing and routing and switching and all those things. It's very in-depth networking certification, and it is geared towards Cisco. The other one is the Cisco Certified Cybersecurity Associate, which is a newer cert that I don't really know too much about, but it seems like it's on par with the Security Plus. It's got the, basic security concepts, security monitoring, analysis of network intrusion, and just host-based analysis, stuff like that. It's a little bit different than the Network Plus just based on the outline, but it's still an entry-level cyber certification. If you're trying to gear towards cyber and just staying away from networking, totally get it. Stay away from the CCNA. Get your certified cybersecurity associate instead. They're both about $300. So Cisco exams are relatively cheap. However, they are harder exams. We'll talk about it in the CCNP, but they are very, very tough exams. Whereas like the GSEC is open book, and the Security Plus is, I didn't take the exam, but just from looking and knowing people that have taken it, it's on the lighter side. But Cisco exams are very hard. So take it with a grain of salt. I like Cisco. Some people will fault me for it, but they are still really, really good exams. You get a lot of knowledge out of them. The next couple exams I'm going to talk about, again, one's going to be Cisco, one's going to be not Cisco. So the CCNP, Security Professional, whatever. CCNP, Security. The CCNP is an all-encompassing exam, right? It just stands for Cisco Certified Network Professional, but there's multiple different exams. There's data center, there's wireless, or not wireless, enterprise, there's cyber, there's a bunch of different topics that you can study, one of them being security. I have the CCNP Security certification. All CCNP certifications are 2 exams. So you have the core, the security core exam, and then you have an emphasis. Like I did the firewall exam, but there's also like the ICE exam for the identity services engine. There's VPN, there's other emphasis that you can take part in and take those exams, and then that satisfies your CCNP. Those are, again, Cisco products. So the Cisco Security Core was more like a sales pitchy exam. And I failed it. I failed it twice. It is a very, very difficult exam because it covers a wide range of Cisco security products. It's got Duo in it. It has firewalls. It just has ICE. It has all the security products just in one exam. It's a high level sales associate exam. That's what you can think of it as. And it's very hard. I failed it twice. And there's two of them. So these cost, the core exam costs $400, and then the specialty exams cost $300, making it a total of $700 for that cert. Again, I'm lucky enough where my company paid for it, or paid part of it, so wasn't a huge out-of-pocket expense, but it focused solely around Cisco products, which isn't bad, but are there other certs out there that you can get that are intermediate certs? Yeah, 100%. I went CCNP. You guys can go the next certification if you want. The next exam we're going to talk about is the Certified Ethical Hacker Exam. And I put this one here because about 10 years ago, I was studying for this exam, and the name sounds cool. It's a certified ethical hacker. Like, who wouldn't want to be a certified ethical hacker? But it is a really in-depth exam prep. So you learn a lot of different techniques that hackers do use. Then you can put it in your tool belt. So when you're a forensic analysis or you're in incident response, you know kind of the playbook of what unethical hackers are doing. So it goes through reconnaissance techniques and various ways to hack systems, such as, web applications, network devices, wireless, mobile platforms, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very in-depth curriculum, and you learn a lot of different things. I never took the exam, so I don't know what the actual exam is like, but I can imagine that it's on the difficult side. As well as it does cost about $1,200 to take the exam, plus a $100 non-refundable application fee. So if that deters you in any way, there you go. It's more on the expensive side. The last exam I'm going to talk about today is the CISSP, the Certified Information System Security Professional exam. And I'm only bringing this one up, one, because I have it, so I can give you the information on how the exam is and the prep for it, but also because it's held very high within the cybersecurity world. The CISSP, you can find it on almost every job application for higher up. They want somebody with a CISSP. I'm not really sure why, because it's a good exam, but it's more along the lines of a managerial / consultant exam. So it's different. It's different than a engineering exam where you're doing the things. You have to just understand the things. But it's a very, very in-depth exam. But I'm not sure it's the best exam. It's just very globally recognized, right? And the topics cover a wide breadth of different topics, right? We have security and risk management, asset security, network security, architecture, identity access management, application security, software development. There's just a wide range of topics. I thoroughly enjoyed learning it because there's things in there such as application / software development that I didn't really know too much about. So learning that was really good, considering I do protect software, right? I do protect applications and those things. So just learning a little bit more of the in and outs of coding and things like that was beneficial for me. The exam is $749, which is pricier, but you also have to think of the ISC squared maintenance fee, which is $135 to be a full member of ISC squared to get the full certification. It's $135 every year. So you're not just paying for the exam, you're also paying a maintenance fee. And if you remember back at the start of the video, talking about entry-level certifications, they also have an entry-level certification called the Certified Cyber Professional, or it's a CC. I don't really know too much. It's more of a newer exam, but it is free. But you have a yearly maintenance of $50. So is it really free? The ISC squared exams are very good exams. They're very hard exams. I thought I was failing the entire time, and you do have to go through a rigorous process to even start the exam. They take palm readings and all. It's crazy. It's a very hard exam. Like I said, I thought I was failing the whole time, and I passed. So that's any indication to that exam. There you go. But you have to choose the right certification. That's kind of wrapping this up, is choosing the right certification and the right certification path for you, right? For me, I'm a network guy. That's where I started, route and switch. So for me, it was natural to go through the CCNAs and the GSEC, and then the CCNP security, and then I got into the CISSP. But for me, that made sense because I started in networking and then worked my way through a broader security position, right? So are certifications worth it? Yes, if you do them right, right? I've gained a lot of knowledge throughout my time of learning the certs that I think they are worth it, and I can speak to them pretty well. I mean, you do lose a little bit of knowledge if you're not using it every day, but you learn so much if you take the time to learn the certification or the topics and the knowledge and everything that comes with the certification. If you're just taking the certification to take it and you're reaching out and you're talking to people and getting answers from the dumps and stuff like that, then you're not really gaining anything by taking the certification. Yeah, it might help your career. You might make a little bit more money, but at what cost, right? Um, if you're serious about taking your career to the next level, then I would recommend maybe looking into a beginner cert or intermediate cert, or even the professional certs, the advanced certs, right? Um, if you can swing it, get the certifications to hone your craft and your knowledge, right? That's my 2 cents. I think certifications are worth it. If you disagree with me, or if you think that there's a better cert than the Security Plus to start out with or the GSEC to start out with, just let me know down in the comments. If you like the video, please like, subscribe. We're going to be coming out with a bunch of different of these videos and these types of videos and talking about the home lab and everything like that. So like, subscribe, do what you need to do, stay curious, and stay healthy, guys.